Hi everybody and welcome to a new episode of Ask Tatyana. Today I would like to show you how you can get better sound, safety and stability in your right hand, how you can play faster and how you can be lord of your right hand. All this is possible with only one small but really effective trick. How it works, I will show it for you today. Probably some of you already heard about rest stroke and free stroke, but I'm sure that not so many of you already have heard about flying and standing stroke. Some of you have probably noticed during playing that your right hand gets somehow stiff and that you don't have so much control over it, and if you want to play faster, then you cannot catch the right strings, especially if you play for somebody and you are nervous, then you lose completely control over your right hand, or you just don't like your sound. All these problems could come from flying stroke. What is it actually? Sometimes we play like that. You start somewhere in the air, quite far away from the string. Then your finger flies. That is why I call it flying stroke. And then at some point it catches the string and hit it. I see one big problem with this stroke. The moment where you start to play, start with this stroke, it's the moment where your finger is quite far away from string and it's hanging in the air. But probably you know that the density of the air and density of the string are quite not very similar. No? The problem that we have, that all settings that we make in the beginning, in the first moment, they are made for the air. And it means that going through the air, you need much less tension and less power to go through the air than when you come on the string. So being on the string, you need much more power and much more tension in your finger. And we have a problem. We made setting for the air and then we come on the string, and what we have, very less power in the finger, and the sound is, as a result, not so good. The sound is not so good, and of course, because of this big distance that our finger needs to make in a very short time, because of this distance, the exactness, or how good you catch the string, could not be so good. What I recommend to do, not to use flying stroke, but to use standing stroke. We start not in the air and not far away from the string, not here, no. But we start directly on the string. It's the most important thing. No? So the beginning is not here, beginning is here. So in this moment you make settings for the right material, for the string, and you play. The standing stroke works in 3 steps. They're quite easy to remember. It's a rule of 3 P's. The first one, put your finger on the string. It's probably one of the most important steps from all of them. It sounds quite easy, and of course you say, yeah, I know that I need to put my finger on the string, but try to realize it. And when you put your finger on the string, don't take it immediately away or don't play immediately. You need to feel the contact with the string. So first, put your finger on the string. Step number 1. Step number 2, press the string. Also very important, because how much pressure you produce, it makes an influence how loud your sound will be or how warm it also will be. So press. After you pressed, third step, play. Easy. We do it once again, slowly. Put, press, play. Once again. Put, press, play. Try to repeat it several times, really slowly, and with the huge control over each of these 3 steps. When you get it, after that, of course, when you play faster, the first and second step, put and press, they will come as close as possible together. So I try to show how it looks. Just a short example, the difference between flying and standing stroke, so you can see and probably hear it. That was a good example, because that is actually what happens when you use flying stroke. And then if you need to do it faster, it could get to a real catastrophe. So now the standing stroke. So you have all control over each single note, and that is what makes a great feeling of safety and stability in your right hand. And of course you have an amazing influence on your sound, because you make, in the moment where you put the finger on the string, you can make all the settings you want. So isn't it great? I think yes. Now comes probably one of the most boring parts of this video, but in the same time the most important. That would be really great if I could tell you, guys, if you would watch this video 3 times a day before it during 1 week, after that your right hand will be as good as possible and some magic will happen and you will play amazing. I would love to say it so much and to promise you that it will work, but there is one problem. Stop to watch this video. Go and do it. You really need to do it. Only then it will work. So try several times with the whole control that you only can get. You need probably not 1 day, not 2 days, maybe even not 1 week to be able to memorize all this motion and to get all this process automatically in your right hand. But believe me, after you did it, your life will change and magic happens. But when we create it.